Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section. Please stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read out some of my favorite comments from previous videos. All right, so I had a woman and she has a boyfriend who is an Aquarius. I think she's an Aries, if I'm not mistaken. She's an Aries and he is an Aquarius, which is a so-so vibration. Air and fire are, for Aquarius, it would be air and fire signs will come in first as far as compatibility, elementally speaking. So this young lady, very nice young lady too, I talked to her the other day, told me that she had a situation and she wanted to know what the deal was. So I'm going to give you guys a basic synopsis so I don't have to read the whole letter to you. What she said to me was that she had not seen her boyfriend in 15 weeks. They were on quarantine, so she had not seen her gentleman caller. So they decided that they were going to meet up. I'm not sure if the quarantine was over or if whatever the case was, it was time for them to meet up. So she said that she was very confused about their meeting. So I told her to tell me what happened during the meeting. So she told me that her boyfriend asked her to come over. Now, mind you, it's been 15 weeks since he's seen her. And I'm like, this is so Aquarius. He asked her to come over. She gets there, and his friend Bob is there. Now, if you haven't seen your woman in 15 weeks, come on now. It ain't no way in God's green earth Bob would have been at my crib and I haven't seen my woman in 15 weeks. So she gets to the crib. Bob is there. It's all good. She likes Bob. They have an interaction. They chit chat or whatever the case is. Her boyfriend left to make some phone calls, and then Bob left. Okay, so Bob is gone. Now, her boyfriend tells her after they chatted up for a little bit that he has a business dinner at 7:30. So I get here and Bob is here, and you got phone calls to make, and you got a business dinner at 7:30. I'm thinking, what did you call me over here for? You know, like I could have just stayed home. We could do this another night because obviously you're busy, Aquarius. So she said that he told her he had a business meeting at 7:30 p.m. and this was at like 5 o'clock. So she asked him, like, do you want me to go home? Should I just leave, and let you, handle your business? So he told her no. He insisted that she stay. He ordered some dinner for her, and then he went to his business dinner and came back. So she said that she slept over. He was gone, so she's, chilling by herself. And she said, I slept over, but I didn't see him until the morning. Okay. And she said that he had several rooms in his place, and she was in one of the other rooms. So it's not uncommon for her to sleep in one of the other rooms, but usually she said he will come and sleep with her. This time he didn't. Then she said she was hoping they could spend some time together in the morning, maybe go for coffee or something like that. And but she didn't have a chance to ask him because as soon as she did see him in the morning, he said that he had to go because he apparently is in charge of some restaurants. So he had to go deal with some restaurants in different counties or different areas or whatever the case is. So they couldn't spend the morning together. Now, she said they didn't have an argument. They didn't get into anything negative. It was just underwhelming, which is an interesting word, underwhelming. So she said that that he was very attentive when they were talking. They even had sex somewhere in between this back and forth. They managed to even have sex, but they hadn't seen each other for, again, 15 weeks. So she thought that he would want to have, you know, more of a special time, and this didn't feel special to her. It just felt kind of rushed, you know. And she asked me, am I being too sensitive, or is this really problematic? Now, for me, this is problematic. It was problematic from jump. It was problematic when I got there and Bob was looking in my mouth. Okay. I got a problem when I walked in. Okay. So she wanted to know that I think she's being sensitive. Heck no, definitely not. So she said, I'm curious why he even asked me to spend the night if he wasn't going to spend it with me. And she doesn't have a key, so she couldn't even go out for a bit and do something and then come back or whatever the case was. Once he left to go to dinner, she just was kind of stuck like Chuck, sitting there waiting for him to come back. So she wants to know why he did this, basically, and what do I think about it? Well, first of all, let me explain something to you. If I had not seen my girlfriend in 15 weeks, I don't care who is here. When you get here, they leaving. Bottom line, okay? All my friends know that. My friends wouldn't even have tried that. They'd have been like, oh, your girl there? All right, dog. And they would have just left. They already know how I am. I remember one time I was in a store with one of my friends, and my love interest called, and I was like, we need to wrap all this up. We need to get your stuff and go to the register and wrap all this up because I'm out, okay? Unless you're taking the bus back, we need to move on this because my boo done called and I'm out. So for an Aquarius, typically there is that level of excitement. So when you called it underwhelming, I agree with you 100%. So my thought process is this. I feel like he asked you to stay, and I feel like he was trying, you know, Aquarius have this thing, especially when we care about somebody, about not hurting your feelings. So I feel like he wanted you to come over. I feel like he wanted to see you for a minute. I feel like he wanted to be intimate, but I don't feel like he really wanted to make it special or make a night of it. You know, I think it was just like, okay, come through, let's hang, and that's it, you know? And he didn't ask you to leave or anything like that because, like you even said, I can leave. But I think that in his mind, he would have thought that that would hurt your feelings or would be ignorant or be rude or something along those lines. Now, what does this say to me? This says to me that this relationship is in trouble because two people who have not seen each other in 15 weeks, this is not the interaction you would expect. Even if it wasn't, you know, excited and hyped and, you know, violins playing and a candlelight dinner, I still would expect him to be like Bob not being there, number one. If he got business to do, he got business to do. You can't, you know, fault a person for working. So if he had to answer phone calls, I could see that. But also after coming home and, you know, you said that he did not sleep with you. So as an Aquarius, I'm like, you needed some space, but you ain't seen her in 15 weeks. And Aquarius don't need that much space. We like space, but we don't need that much space. So that's telling me that this relationship is in trouble. That's what it's telling me because it's, like you said, underwhelming. And I feel like not enough effort is going into this relationship. So if I were you, I would have a conversation with him about what is going on here. Because this feels like, to me, the beginning of the end. That's what it feels like. It feels like whenever I've been in a situation like this, it was like we were either codependent or we were just, you know, just doing the motions. But the passion isn't there anymore. And for me, once the passion is gone, the relationship is pretty much just a dud. It's pretty much just lip service, you know? So if it was me, I would have a conversation with him because based on this and the energy around it, it feels like to me this relationship isn't really going anywhere. It feels like a relationship maybe of convenience. I'm not even sure if it's that convenient at this point, but it doesn't feel like a passionate relationship. It doesn't feel like a relationship that I would be proud and happy to be in. It feels like a relationship like, okay, you know? And that's not all right with me. That wouldn't be okay with me. So if I were you, I would discuss it with him. I would have an honest, open conversation and tell him, how I felt, you know? And of course, when dealing with an Aquarius, you must come at him with logic and reason, not hysterics, not being upset, and you're not that kind of person anyway. But just remember to come with logic and reason. Sit down with him, make sure he's not distracted, make sure he's not, in between doing things, and sit and talk with him and tell him, like, I'm really just feeling like underwhelmed. And like, how do you feel about this relationship? And like, really just talk to him and see where is his head at. Because as an Aquarius, when I behave that way, it's somebody I'm not really into. The only time I behave that way is when it's somebody I'm not into, or when other circumstances, such as his job, have overwhelmed him. So it could just be that. And that conversation is how you could find out something like that. I wouldn't accuse or be like, you did this. I would just be like, hey, what's up? What's going on with us? We haven't seen each other in 15 weeks, and I don't really feel like the passion is there anymore. And if he was like, yeah, you're right, and I'd be like, is there a way we can work at getting the passion back? Maybe taking a trip together with no work. Sometimes you got to pull the Aquarius away from their work, like, can we take a trip with no work, and like kind of feel where he's at. And if he's not willing to put effort into the relationship, you got to seriously consider that maybe it's time to move on. Seriously, because a person who wants to be with you puts effort into being with you. That's the bottom line. All right, let's us get to... All right, now we're going to talk about some comments, people. All right, so here it is right here. The first comment came from Tasha Miles. Hey, Tasha. Tasha said, I'm Aquarius woman and he a Leo man. We cool, but I can't be his woman because I do me. Yes, I'm into me, period. Hey, if that works for y'all, that's what's up. I love Leos. And if that's what works for you guys, that's what's up. As long as he is happy and you're happy, whatever the dynamic is, that's the only bottom line to it, is that everybody's happy. And if y'all cool, it's what's up. Nicole Simmons. Hey, Nicole. Publicly subscribed to me a year ago. What's up? Thank you for staying around for a year. Nicole said, we are natural charmers, born with swag. Aquarius, we are the GOAT, peace and blessings. When I first saw that, GOAT, I was like, we the GOAT? Nah, Capricorn's the GOAT. I was looking like, what? And I was like, this gotta be some new slang. So I Googled it. So for any of you who don't know what the GOAT is, when somebody says we are the GOAT, it means we are the greatest of all time. And I must honestly tell you that I really enjoy Aquarius. I talk to a lot of Aquarius during the day. I watch a lot of Aquarius on YouTube. And it's funny because a lot of times I don't even know they're Aquarius. I just like their content and then I look them up and, oh, it's Aquarius, So I like that energy, and I do think we are great people. I love Aquarius, especially the high vibrational Aquarius. High vibrational Aquarius to me are my favorite people, like seriously. Second, I think Libra is like the next, close second. All right, guys, it is time for us to get going. So it says here, it's time for me to do the next video. So listen up. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get a reading done, please email me and I'll give you an appointment. All of my information is underneath this video. And come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.